L.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great. And England okay and France terrible. W.
L.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm yours, Andy Klassen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. And here is the J.O. segment of all segments. I mean, this show has grown to new heights. It kind of popped off on our YouTube channel last week, the entire segment, but then also the shorts we cut up and we put out onto X, put out onto ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page. A lot of views. People are buying into the bottom five and the bottom five bets to go along with it.
You know, I feel like the bottom five bets, you come here for that, right? We get some opportunities to make some money.
Yeah.
But you're also a little nervous that your team's going to end up in the five worst teams in the NFL. This is where we decide that.
Right.
So it's not really up to the wins and losses. The standings do not matter in this one. It is about vibes, and it is about the health of your franchise.
Yeah. You know, so much is made of mental health, mental makeup. I mean, you take all these factors into consideration. And just last week alone, 3 teams that were favored by over a touchdown lost outright. That's how crazy this is and how fickle this is. So, I mean, just thinking of all the stats and the minutia that you have to go through to come up with this bottom five, then find the best bet out of that. I mean, Rams were favored 8.5, lost to the 49ers. Bills favored by 8, lost to the Patriots. You know the last one? This is tricky. This is a team that people forget they're even in the NFL. Both of them, if you ask me. Cardinals were a 7.5 point favorite over the Titans, and the Titans won by 1 in an unbelievable ending. That game was wild, 22-21. So 3 teams favored by over a touchdown at kickoff. Straight up lost.
That poor guy that fumbled the football at the end. That's that coach, he really let him have it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Jobs are on the line.
The jobs are on the line. There's a lot of truth to that. Well, we've got the 5 worst teams in the NFL for you, starting with number 5, the Cleveland Browns, 1-4. They've bounced around the bottom 5 here. They've been the worst team, and they've kind of improved their stock just a little bit to get to this 5 spot. Close loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Really thought they were going to pull that off in London. Dylan Gabriel, first start in the NFL. Not bad at all.
Not that bad. And they got the number 2 overall defense in the league.
Yes.
How can you be that bad when you're that good?
Yep. That's the thing. The defense is there. Dylan Gabriel's starting to put it together. He looked pretty good. Then the biggest move of the week, they traded Joe Flacco to Cincinnati, making moves within that quarterback room, which has been pretty full.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. My favorite part in here, I thought Joe Flacco was going to be my favorite part of the week, getting traded. No. It was Shadur Sanders getting interviewed from a car dealership lobby asking how he felt about the Joe Flacco trade. That's my favorite Browns moment of the week.
That's amazing. What do you have to say? I missed that one.
He learned a lot from Joe Flacco, and
he
was kind of a mentor to him. He said all the right things.
Yeah.
But you can tell he won't be the backup quarterback on Sunday, and it bothers him.
That's what I heard. It was going to be Dylan Gabriel 1, and then there's a blank space for 2, or like a TBA type of and then Shadur 3.
Yep, someone's coming up off the scout team to be QB2. Well, my best bet for the week is Cleveland plus 6.5 at Pittsburgh, just to throw the AFC North into more chaos. Because I could completely see Pittsburgh start to take a couple steps back. Cincinnati somehow still in that mix because of their first 2 weeks wins. Cleveland's not that bad, honestly.
Right.
So I could totally see that, but Cleveland plus 6.5.
Okay.
Number 4, it is your 0-5 New York Jets. Absolutely throttled by the Dallas Cowboys. They've got Breece Hall, who's playing pretty well. He's on the trading block currently. Whenever you're 0-5 and you've got to travel to London and go play a football game,
right?
That's where you kind of, the players decide what's up.
Yeah, the excuses kind of find you at a certain point. And the rush defense is terrible, 27th overall in the league. We talked about it earlier, how they're probably going to be running the ball a lot over in London. The Jets just aren't equipped to handle that.
No, there'll be some business decisions made, I'm sure, by some of the personnel there. And I love Denver. Best bet here, Denver minus 6.5. I think they take care of business against the Jets.
Yeah, I listened to some guys earlier today talking about how this might be a trap game for Denver, kind of feeling themselves, thinking they're a little bit better. Maybe they are. I don't know. I think they're young. I think they like winning. I think they're going to keep their foot on the pedal. You know, they've been through it. They know that they can't just win every game and roll out like that. So I like Denver in this spot.
Hey, Sean Payton seems like an organized guy. Like he's going to have these guys on schedule. It's a business trip. So, yep, I like Denver -6.5 there. Number 3, this one hurts my heart. And this is how you know that the analytics that go into the bottom 5 are real. And it's not just me talking trash.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Chargers, 3-2, and they look and feel like one of the worst teams in the NFL right now.
Oh, no, you're kidding me.
Yeah, Justin Herbert, the most pressured quarterback in the NFL, and he's probably a good 80 more pressures away from being dead. He is he's a dead man walking at this point. He's the third most sacked quarterback in the lead, the 6th worst team in the NFL for wide receiver drops. The injuries are piling up. We just benched the center.
Yeah, heard about that.
This is not quite looking like the team that started 3-0, first in the West, looked like giant killers. They are suddenly on a 2-game skid, and everybody's hurt. So I feel for Herbert. That's honestly, once he goes down, the game's over. But I've got the Chargers. Number 3, vibes aren't high right now in L.A. I'm taking the under 43.5 in that game, and that's because the Chargers, 4 out of 5 games this year have hit the under.
Yeah, and multiple running backs, right, are now on the shelf.
Correct. One's done for the year, and then Omarion Hampton, who's been a rookie stud, just went on the IR.
Jeez. Yeah, and that's something. As soon as injuries start to happen, they really start to happen to some teams, and that seems to be the West. You know, all those teams out there, they're all getting beat up right now.
Now, trades could happen, and the Chargers could be back in a heartbeat.
That's true.
Things aren't good right now. Number 2, the Cincinnati Bengals. A team that's 2-3, that just traded for their, hero at this point, quarterback Joe Flacco, and immediately been put in the starting lineup with half a week to prepare. It just tells you the story of what's going on there.
Yeah.
And they made him fly commercial. Did you see this?
No.
Yes, they did. He flew commercial from Cleveland. What are we doing?
Nobody was going to bother him. You know, he's fine. He's okay. I think Joe's just like, fine. You want to keep giving me jobs? Fine.
Oh yeah, he's a guy that could have been retired 4 or 5 years ago.
He was. He was
You're
sitting
right, he was.
on the couch.
Yes, he was.
When the phone rang. He was actually watching football when the phone rang.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a bounce back. That they need to take this into consideration when they're looking at him in the Hall of Fame. My best bet for this game, this is Cincinnati, Green Bay. A downed punt inside the 5-yard line will happen, plus 200 there.
That's a plus 200?
That's a plus 200. The Bengals are averaging over 42.5 yards punting, 4th in the NFL. And there's going to be plenty of opportunities with Joe Flacco at quarterback to be able to punt the football. Plus 200 to have a ball downed inside the 5-yard line.
You think with all those offensive playmakers, they're going to start playing Iowa Hawkeye football?
Yes,
they're going to run the offense through the punt.
It's the way it be sometimes, you know?
Their scoring defense is 30th overall, giving up over 31 points per game. I was wondering if you're going to do something with that total there, but no. That is some serious digging to find a down punt within the 5-yard line. Either team?
Hours and hours. Yeah, any team can do this.
Okay.
Hours and hours goes into this. Number 1, worst team in the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens. At 1-4, absolutely destroyed by the surging Houston Texans, who appear to have figured out whatever they had going on.
They were the poster child of our bottom 5 last week.
Yep.
And I think they saw that and said,
Motivation.
"Oh, hell no." So,
Motivation, baby.
Yep, that was the motivation. That was a little kick they needed.
Lamar Jackson still questionable with that hamstring. I could see that, still lingering. I don't like him to play. Cooper Rush at quarterback, though. 0 touchdowns last week, 3 interceptions. Everything that we said was going to happen. And in fact, last week
it happened a lot more. More happened than what we said to Cooper Rush.
Yes.
We're just saying under 2 touchdown passes is all we were saying.
But, Cooper Rush at quarterback, not a good thing.
Yeah.
They are playing the Rams. I say my best bet there, Rams -7.5 with the over of 45, because I think the Rams could pile that on themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 260.
They are giving up over 35 points per game right now, the Ravens defense. The Ravens defense. I mean, they just used to be able to reload and just always have a monster at linebacker, a couple Hall of Famers, at safety and corner. And, yeah, all those guys, I guess, are hurt. They're injured, and they're giving up a lot of points.
Well, the Raven way was always great defense and covering up murders, and now what do they have now? So There you go. But that's your bottom five.
Poor Ray. None. Yeah. Beat up Cooper Rush. I'm fine with that. I we don't have time for feelings on the bottom five.
No, you really don't. I mean, you and this is how you take on those feelings. You go out and you win like Houston did.
Yeah.
Houston has shown how you can be one of the worst teams in the NFL and bounce back. And honestly, a lot of people are probably looking at them as a favorite to maybe win that division suddenly.
Right? Yeah. Stranger things have happened, but also give enough grace for our bottom five bet to cash. So thank you, Houston, for everything you've done. And yeah, just because you make the bottom five doesn't mean you're stuck there all season long. So.
Yeah, I think they're in the running for one of the top bottom five teams of the season. If that makes any sense.
Is that what you're doing for your Chargers? You're trying to motivate them?
I'm trying to.
Is that what you're doing?
Gosh,
you're playing next level. You're playing chess over there with this bottom five.
I'll tell you what. If Herbert gets hurt, it's over.
Oh, how'd you say that?
It's over. I mean, it's over. Right now, we're hanging on by a thread. I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing a black Charger hoodie.
I saw that.
Things are dark right now.
Yeah.
Things are real dark.
It looks pretty sharp, though. But
Thank you.
Yeah, I get the symbolism there. Well, thank you for the bottom five. There it is with the bottom five bets. And that will about do it for Where's the Line this week. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel and those short videos that come out on each and every game day for that latest edge possible. Also, follow us on ESPN, Tri-City Radio, and their Facebook page, coming out with those short videos throughout the week. We're also over on X, that is podcast_WTL. Thanks to Rod Vermilio for stopping by and sharing us all those syndicated bets and plays and how he would lean. Love how he maximizes or mitigates risk by teasing that sucker up to 14 and a half, and then dumping that down on the total, bring that down a little. He's always moving those numbers.
Winners only, man.
Winners only from the Global Sports Betting Network. Thank you all for joining us. For Jeremy Odom, a.k.a. The J.O.
The J.O.
I'm Andy Klassen. This has been WTL.